The debt ceiling has been raised. Bullish or bearish? Question everything, trust nothing. Welcome to Debate Crypto. It's your boys, Keeper and Crusader, and we are here for another edition of Bullish or Bearish Sunday Fun Day. Let's get after it. Crusader. Pop that bell. What's going on, brother? How are you?
Doing good, bro. Excited to be here. It's a good Memorial weekend. Went shooting yesterday. Doing my thing.
Speaking of shooting, we don't have our vests on right now. I just recognized that. So we apologize to all you DCA fam. We still love you. The vest is in the other room right now. So we'll tighten things up here soon. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Hopefully everybody had a great week, a fun Memorial Day weekend. Listen, be safe out there as always, guys. Just as a reminder, get an Uber. Have some fun. Get an Uber. Let's see here. Markets. We're obviously going to be talking about markets. Crusader, what's on the podium for today, brother?
I already forgot. No, I'm just kidding. We're talking about NFTs or crypto with GTA 5, GTA 6. We're talking about stable coins on Bitcoin. So major changes are happening in the Bitcoin network. We're talking about the debt ceiling, obviously. And last but not least, we're going to be talking about, what was this last one about?
Well, we've got Tornado Cash
and Tornado Cash.
And we've got some updates for you on the meme coin madness. So stick around. It's going to be a great show. We're going to have a lot of fun. Make sure to smash the like if you have not done that already. Turn on the bell notification. Just as a reminder, Mondays, Thursdays, 3 p.m., Sundays, noon. That is the new rollout for what we are doing. Sundays are going to be the addition of bullish or bearish. We're going to kind of do the little back and forth debate crypto style. As you can see, debate in debate crypto is green. So let's get into it. Let's check out these markets. That green debate is a good sign for the markets. Let's see what's going on. So the global crypto market cap's at 1.14 trillion with a T dollars. That's up 1.55%. Bitcoin reclaiming 27 at 27,272. We probably know why. We're going to get into that here in a few minutes. That's up about 2%. ETH hanging tough, 1843. It's been kind of just doing its thing, hanging around that 1800 number, a little bit up, a little bit down. Okay, cool. And BNB holding strong over that $300 number. What's the big mover in the top 10? Big mover in the top 10, Solana, up 4.29%. Let's see the 24-hour real quick. Let's see what we got here. Mask Network. Now, obviously, our meme coins are going to absolutely crush all of these, but Mask Network, no idea what that is. That's up 13.56%. And then there actually is a couple little memes in there. We got Floki, Injective, Sandbox. That's a solid project, and Neo. All right, cool. Let's just dive into it. First of all, let me say hi to the chat. Who's up in the chat today? Who was first? Brett, my good friend, part of the DCA fam. Brett, good to see you. Patrick Leichman, Pump. That's what we're looking for. We're always looking for a pump. Welcome, good afternoon. Sack Nasty, Third Patriot, and Puddles. Glad everyone's here. All right, let's kick it off. We're going to talk about the stablecoin on Bitcoin. This is an interesting idea to me. Crusader understands it definitely better than I do. Let me pull this up here in 1 second. Here it is. Okay. So there's a new dollar-backed stablecoin on Bitcoin using Ordinals protocol. Debuted Stably USD in 2019. It's got a $7 million market cap across 11 blockchains, according to April 11th attestation. All right, Crusader, let's just get into this. We're not going to read this article right now. Talk to me about why this is important as part of a weekly wrap-up and kind of your thoughts on it.
First, I just want to point out that was a really creative name for a stablecoin.
Yes, definitely. I like it too.
I mean, right on the nose on that one.
Hit it. Nailed it.
But overall, the whole scenario with this, why it's bullish or why it's bearish or just why it's important overall to just be mentioned is people have always talked about Bitcoin and not being able to, adapt and improvise. Well, now we got stable coins, right? And stable coins have been very popular and important for the crypto ecosystem overall. So now that Bitcoin has its own with its own protocol, the BRC20 standard, it's important. I'm kind of neutral about it. I'm not bullish or bearish about it, but we can get into that in a little bit.
Okay. I'm definitely going to hang bearish on this one. Here's the reality. I don't think there's a point for this. I look at this and I say, okay, Bitcoin. One of the problems that people will say is Bitcoin is it's old technology. It's slow. It doesn't work effectively. Well, it wasn't designed to do some of the things that these other networks, like Ethereum, for example, were designed to do. So why do I need to hold a stable coin on Bitcoin? My understanding is that it's just going to add more congestion to an already pretty slow network compared to other networks. I feel like that's going to cause an issue. And the reality is, people are holding Bitcoin. They're not transacting in Bitcoin as much as you might think. It's more of a hold. And so, if I'm holding Bitcoin for the price appreciation long term, why do I need to hold a stable coin on the same network as well? I think it's just kind of one of those things that maybe gets a news article, gets a headline, gets people interested. The Bitcoin maxis are going to be, all excited because it's on Bitcoin. But the facts are everything ain't for everybody. And so I think that it just is kind of a no need, not no necesario. And yeah, I don't know. I think it's just going to slow things.
Yeah, man. I agree to that to an extent, right? Like it isn't necessary for to have that on Bitcoin. Every network doesn't need to do everything,
Yeah.
right? You can just be great at one thing and that's all it needs to do. But I see why people are bullish on what's happening with the Bitcoin ordinals, the standards that are being generated. We have the BRC20, we have the SRC20, and it brings more transactions to the network, right? It builds more builders to the network. The miners become more profitable because there's more transactions happening, and that overall is good health metrics for a network. Having more transactions, having more people building on it, having more things going on, and it's good. It's good for the network, but in that aspect, in those metrics, if you're trying to see usability, and the fact that you can build on it and this now with the Lightning Network as well. But like I said before, I even though it's a healthy for the Bitcoin in that aspect, I am worried in the aspect of how far are they going to push these standards? How many things are they going to start putting onto Bitcoin that don't necessarily need to be on Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Another bullish thing about it is with the BRC20 token, we're very used to the ordinal system, and I mean the NFT system with
Yeah.
Ethereum versus the Bitcoin in NFTs are actually more real NFTs than Ethereum NFTs.
Okay.
And the reason why I say that is because Ethereum NFTs and all the other NFTs we're aware of, right? You are getting your token has a URL representation to the image, right? The image exists on the IPFS server somewhere.
Okay.
It can technically be taken down, right? They can take those images down and you just have an empty token. It can be censored in that way versus the way that they're inscribing onto the satoshis. It cannot be
It's there.
taken off the network. It is there forever. The JPEG cannot be scrubbed off like that. um
Okay.
and obviously there's always some level of filterization, something they can always do to try to filter out the satoshis with inscriptions or whatever, but it's just a stronger method of a real, something that exists on the network that cannot be scrubbed off. And I
Yeah.
believe that's why the SRC20 was created, is because it's even stronger in that form of anti-censorship than the BRC20.
I actually like what Patrick Leishman said. I'm going to pull it back up. I pulled it up a second ago, but he said the only reason I could see is to sell at the top and buy back in the lows, leaving Bitcoin network, but without leaving the Bitcoin network, but still pretty pointless. Well, let me throw another idea at you. The only other thing that I could see on this one would be, okay, you're on the Bitcoin network and you have some NFTs that you want to purchase. You're not looking for price appreciation, or you don't basically want the volatility of Bitcoin, but you don't want to leave the network. So you could put a stable coin on, you could hold stable coins on the Bitcoin network. And when you're ready to buy one of these NFTs, one of these ordinals on Bitcoin, you've got the stable coin there, you've got the money sitting there, and boom, you could snatch it up and it would probably be a little bit easier. The other thing is, ultimately, I just don't like the maxi mentality of any asset at all. And so I think that this just pushes towards, on the flip side, I think this just pushes towards allowing the maxis to like have everything so they can have their cake and eat it too and feel good that they can do all the things that the other chains can do. So I just think it's overall pointless. Hey, if it does well and people are able to capitalize on it in one way or another, there's so much evolving in the space. There's so many, dude, when we went down to Miami and walked through the conference, there just the level of intelligence and the things that people are doing on a regular basis to evolve and grow the space is amazing. So I like the creativity. I like the fact that people are continuing to look for alternative ways and views to do things that are otherwise done elsewhere. But again, final thought, it's just not everything for everybody. So we'll see what happens with it. I don't think it's going to end up being much of a big deal. I just think that it might add some congestion to the network, and it's already kind of slow. So it is what it is. All right, cool. Hey, if you haven't already smashed the like, smash that like, fam. We're here on Sundays at noon doing a little bullish or bearish, checking things out. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about, we got a big thing going on in the video gaming sector. We got Grand Theft Auto 6. Now, GTA 5 was like one of the biggest games ever, and people loved playing it. Now, are they getting into blockchain? Grand Theft Auto 6 crypto rumors are swirling again. Here's what's going on. Rumors suggest that Rockstar Games' anticipated Grand Theft Auto 6 will feature cryptocurrency. Is there any truth to the claims? Now, no need to read this article because I will tell you, this is just Twitter rumor, okay? Now, there's a lot of Twitter rumors that end up being true, that end up being, factual, but this is totally just a rumor, okay? I'm kind of neutral on this one, so I could see this playing out both ways, and I hate to not take a solid stance on all of these. It's bullish or bearish, but I'm just kind of neutral on this. I think that it's good from the standpoint that the video gaming industry, the people in video games have been so, for whatever reason, against NFTs, the whole play to earn idea, the crypto-centric mindset. And so they've been against it. I think if they actually kind of forced it on people a little bit, I think it could be great. On the other hand, I was talking about before, everything ain't for everybody. Dude, you mentioned it before the show, but GTA makes so much money, right? Do they think that they're going to actually make more money by creating an ecosystem that's play to earn? I really don't know, because you have to give back to the community at that point. And right now, as a private business entity, Rockstar Games is just saying, hey, here this is. You can buy it. I don't even know all the ins and outs of what you can and can't buy and spend money on. And GTA, maybe better, Crusader. But ultimately, they're just private. They're privatized right now. You open it up for a play to earn. Now, are you actually going to drag more people from the crypto space into GTA? I feel like the people that are going to play GTA are going to play it either way. So I just don't see how it's
not about dragging the people that from.
But you want more people playing the game, right?
Yeah, but
is this going to do it?
You don't need the people that are in crypto to jump into GTA. There's tons of people worldwide that play GTA.
Oh, for sure. The
reason why I'm bullish on this is whether they actually incorporate the play to earn mechanism or not, won't really matter. The fact that they're talking about crypto, right, in GTA 6, GTA 5, these games come out like every 10 years or so. They don't come out that often, and they last so long because of so many microtransactions that the game creates for you to buy things in the game. The whole premise of GTA 5 is creating online businesses, right? A lot of them are obviously illicit activities, but
online businesses, aka prostitutes.
They're building a generation of entrepreneurs. Okay, they're building a generation of entrepreneurs playing GTA 5. Now we're going into GTA 6. It's gonna just the fact that they incorporate crypto into the game, right, in a fantasy way, not real Bitcoin, not real crypto, but just having the concept of cryptocurrencies instead of fiat being the way you're making money inside the game. That would be
is that what they're suggesting they're going to be doing, or you're saying that would be dope if they did?
That would be great. I'm saying that they don't. The rumor is play to earn.
Right.
I'm saying they don't even need to add play to earn for it to be bullish. Just adding the concept of cryptocurrencies existing inside the GTA world without them being real cryptos, right? I'm
Oh,
just
I
saying
don't
like the
know.
concept of, hey, you instead of getting paid in dollars in the game, how you do
Yeah.
now in GTA 5, you get paid in Bitcoin, or you get paid in Ethereum, or you get paid in
No, 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 no.
some GTA cryptocurrency. Look, this is why it's bullish. A lot of people that play this are younger people and some older people. Nonetheless, it's a game that's going to span at least a decade long,
Okay. Okay.
and it's going to be training a new generation of people, of gamers that are younger, that are might not be in cryptocurrencies. A lot of people that are gamers might not be into cryptocurrencies at all. But by playing this game and being involved in crypto and hearing that concept of cryptocurrencies rather than playing this game, they will build some level of intrigue or knowledge about cryptos that they might eventually convert over, especially as they get older and they get into that more like, okay, I want to start investing. Okay, I keep hearing about this cryptocurrency stuff. Been playing this game for a few years now. Now I'm ready to start investing some money. Let me go check that out.
Let me tell you
That's why
why.
it's bullish.
Okay, so I could see that. But let me tell you on the flip side why this is a terrible idea. So everything surrounding GTA is criminal, right? The whole game
Doesn't matter.
is surrounding criminals, right? And so check this out. You have such a narrative. So you've got parents that do not want their kids playing this game. Okay. Now you've got people that are saying this is terrible. You're teaching people to do bad things. They're being entrepreneurs by selling drugs and women and all this craziness, right? Now let's add to it the narrative that we already hear in crypto that it's all freaking criminals. And this just adds another layer to it. It's like, see, they don't want to use cash because they can use crypto. And then people are thinking, oh, another illicit activity surrounding crypto. And I think that it will pull out possibly a narrative that
Bro,
says, hey, listen, you're doing something illegal, use crypto.
This is GTA 6. There's been 5 GTAs before this using
Yeah.
fiat.
Uh-huh.
That doesn't stand, bro. Because
Yeah,
if
but
you're gonna talk about, oh look, they're doing illicit activities with crypto. What do you think we were doing the last 5 GTAs? We were using dollars, baby. Like, what does it matter that the currency just changes?
because it's about to be a talking point on not GTA
6 is
6.
gonna break records. They're gonna
I
be
believe you.
their record right now that's already getting lined up for is they're
Yeah.
gonna be the world's most expensive game to ever develop in history of gaming.
Oh, it's gonna do freaking
So
fantastic. But
it's
because it's gonna get so much focus, and we've got talking points coming
it's
from
gonna
our
be
presidential
huge.
election regarding crypto, now all of a sudden you're adding another, hey, see, even in GTA they use crypto and it's illicit,
Nope.
it's bad.
These old Congress people don't even know what GTA is. They're not even going to talk about it. But regardless, this is going to be huge. GTA 5 was a huge game, a huge launch. GTA 6 is going to break all types of records in the
It'll
gaming
do well.
industry.
Yeah.
And with it incorporating crypto, even I'm not saying real crypto, I'm saying fantasy fake crypto. Just
Yeah,
the
it's just
concept
showing
of
as a GTA coin
digital
or
currencies
whatever.
in the game.
Yeah.
That is going to literally help a whole new generation of people be exposed to it and eventually jump on board.
Now, what if you took it a step further? What if you genuinely had a wallet on there that operated?
Oh, they can create NFTs.
Yeah,
The
that's what
way
I'm saying.
the way
So they
GTA 5
actually
works
do it.
the
What's
way
that?
GTA 5 works right now
Yeah.
is, right, everything is microtransactions. So, like, let's say, what you do is you purchase their in-game currency, right? Their
Right.
in-game currency, and then
Okay.
that costs you $40, $100, $200, whatever you want to put into it from dollars gets
Okay.
converted into the in-game currency,
Yep.
and then you buy all these assets, right? You buy these cars, these tanks, these airplanes,
Women.
these businesses. No, you don't buy women. Those are free on the street.
Oh, they're free on the street. You just pick those out. They're
Yeah.
dime a dozen.
So you buy all these things, right? And what I'm saying is they can convert those things that you're buying because they have ownership directly attached to your account. They're not transferable right now in GTA 5, but they can convert all those assets that you are literally buying on their online marketplace in their game into NFTs. And then you could have true ownership. And
Yeah.
then maybe you could start trading, right? You have a car that I want, but I can't afford, and I have another car that you want, and don't, instead of buying it, we can just trade it because you have hundreds of cars inside this game.
You could
And
loan
you can
stuff
trade
out.
all these things out. I mean, you can do anything.
You could be
GTA
literally
5 is
Yeah.
all about entrepreneurship. Any possible way of making some kind of money is kind of introduced into that game. I think would be great to introduce NFTs as well.
You could start fronting people that need, they don't have the money on the front end. You could start fronting for a for a little tax action there. So I mean, we can get these people as criminally minded as humanly possible. I mean, play middleman on NFT sale transactions. You could get wild. And GTA 6, I will say, it will break records. You're right. It's going to do incredibly well. It'll probably be really fun. I think it'll be interesting. It overall, I don't know that it's going to pull new people into crypto, but I do agree with the idea that, okay, it could get people just more used to it that otherwise maybe don't truly understand it if they were able to make it crypto centric and it felt like
getting people exposed to the concept of NFTs,
Yeah.
cryptocurrencies, yada yada, just being exposed into culture more and more with the younger generations growing up is just gonna be like, this is normal. I've been hearing about crypto since I was a kid. You know.
Make sure to smash that like if you haven't already. Turn on the bell notification. We've been told a few times that people aren't getting their notifications. Well, you got to turn on the bell for it to let you know, hey, we're going live. And a reminder, Mondays, Thursdays, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's for Around the Charts. Mondays are more altcoin centric. Thursdays are going to be more traditional markets and Bitcoin centric. And then Sundays, bullish or bearish. All right, so speaking of crime, because everything in crypto feels like it's got some little edge of criminality to it. Let's talk about Tornado Cash. Tornado Cash has been a big topic over the past year. And there's been a lot of just, rumors surrounding it, what it does do, what it doesn't do. And I want to talk about this. So government sanctions on Tornado Cash don't fit the law, says a Coinbase legal officer. I'm going to scroll down here. I highlighted a couple things. Effectively, when they shut down Tornado Cash as a kind of a backdrop, they shut down Tornado Cash, citing that effectively this was used by and for criminals and we can't have it. Okay. This says this. They all come down to the same problem. The government's attempting to ban open source software using a property sanctions statute. First, the plaintiffs contend that the Treasury defined Tornado Cash to include anyone who holds a digital token Torn, even though that is not an unincorporated association under the department's own test. The second argument, it centers on the department's failure to explain how the immutable open source smart contracts listed in the designation, which no one can own or control, are, quote, sanctionable property. So their verbiage that they use, this doesn't fit. So he explained it as the legal definition of property is something that can be owned. But open source immutable smart contracts at the heart of this privacy software can't be owned, controlled, or changed by anyone. So the third challenge is that, hey, no one, including the creators, developers, or owners over these tokens, has a property interest in these smart contracts at all. So basically, sanctioning Tornado Cash unconstitutionally burdens speech under the First Amendment. Plaintiffs use the software to protect their privacy while engaging in a core 1A speech like important donations. Okay, let me ask you first, Crusader. What do you think about Tornado Cash? Is this is something that we need in the crypto space? Are we talking about something that otherwise not that important? What are your thoughts?
I think it's important. I think this Tornado Cash thing is possibly even more important than the XRP lawsuit.
Okay.
Just for the simple fact that,
tell me more.
Just for the simple fact that if they start banning open software like that, saying, yo, you can't use this, you can only use this, you can use that, we're going to be leading down a very, very negative road, right? They were talking about putting people into jail for using this network, right? They were talking about putting people in jail for using VPNs, right? So 20 years, dude. It wasn't like, oh, you go to jail for 6 months. You're going to jail for 20 years if we catch you with a VPN using a blocked network or whatever. Like, that is wow. That is 20 years of somebody's life because they used a network that the government just didn't want you to use.
Yeah.
So the fact that this is happening and the fact that they're fighting back on it is super important. And I really do hope that, we get access to this tool, because at the end of the day, it's just a tool, and it's very, very beneficial to, the rights and the concept of crypto, of just having freedom and privacy.
Yeah, and I think that we need to remember, just like you just stated, it's a tool, just like the pew-pews. Okay, they're a tool. The pew-pews aren't the ones that are making people unalive, right? It's the people behind them. Okay, obviously we're on YouTube, so we got to be careful what we say here. It's the people behind it. So, can you use this for nefarious activities? Sure. But at the same time, you can use it for some really good things as well. And at the end of the day, people like to have some privacy. What if I genuinely have a political interest in something that I just don't really want to share with others, and I want to be able to donate to it. I want to be a part of it, and I just don't really need the attention. Let's say a big name, for example, wants to be a part of a movement but not trying to be public about it, and says, "Hey, listen, I want to donate some crypto. I want to be a part of this." They have to basically publicly dox themselves as being part of the no, this gives people the opportunity to obscure, to obfuscate who they are, what they are, the transaction. That's only a bad thing when you're using it to skirt taxes. It's only a bad thing when you're using it to sell drugs. It's only a bad thing when you're using it. But the reality is, and we
You can
always
do all
come
those
back to
things
this.
with the dollar.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We always come back to this. We still have a US dollar, which is the most nefariously used asset on planet Earth, and it is private. So it's like, why are they going after this? Because it's an easy, quick way to obfuscate. With cash, if you get caught with just an absolute metric ton of cash, some questions are going to be asked. But if with this, you got a whole bunch of ETH, you can make it kind of dissipate out. Now all of a sudden it's a little bit harder. They've got to do more work, and they want to make sure to catch this on the front end. I hate everything about it, and I think we're wrong for trying to say, hey, we're going to ban software just because people can use it for bad things, because everything on planet Earth can be used for something bad
I don't
if
even
you figure out a way to spin it.
I don't think it's about banning it because people can do bad things with it, because banks obviously wash money all day every day, right? Digital money, cash, all this kind of stuff. Nobody's talking about banning banks or banning any of that stuff.
Right.
I think it's just about saying, hey, if we can ban this, right, under the guise of they're using it for bad reasons, we can set a standard that now we can start banning public software. We can start banning certain levels of networks or certain products, just because we can have some type of excuse for it. And then it's already, because once it gets done, the next thing is going to come up in there. Well, we already banned Tornado Cash for
So
a
what's next?
particular reason. We can bridge on over here into why we should also ban this other thing and ban this other network and
Yep.
I mean, we saw it happen with when they started banning social media networks, the one with the big P, everybody knows what it is. They started banning that. Censorship just started to grow on all networks because they already set a standard. Like, hey, if you do this, we're gonna censor you.
Yeah.
So I think that's the same thing they're trying to do here. I think this is extremely important because it's not just about, oh, I want privacy. It's about security. Like, if I am transferring large amounts of money from one place to the next, I don't want none of these hackers or wallet snipers or
Yes.
whatever it is checking out my transactions and making me a target, because they're like, okay, this wallet holds a ton of money. We're gonna see where it's going. We're gonna see what it's doing, and then they're gonna target you, right?
Look for vulnerability.
They're gonna try to find who you are. They're gonna try to find some way, somehow, an email, something that's attached to that wallet. Then they're gonna start phishing, right? Sending malicious links and all this stuff to you to eventually drain your wallet one way or another,
Yeah.
right? It just happens with this meme coin stuff right now, right? Before we even get into the meme coin stuff, people are transferring money all over the place, right? There's people out there that could be watching. Okay, these are all the people, all the degens, right? Participating in all this stuff right now, sending all this crazy money or making all this crazy money. And then they can target you and sending you stuff on Twitter or sending you stuff anywhere to get you to connect your wallet because it's another degen play. And then boom, you get drained. If you're
It's just
using privacy tools to start transferring some of this money around, it's a lot harder for these people to find you and target you.
It's a slippery slope, no doubt about that. That's why this is just it's bullish from the standpoint that they're fighting back. Because if we allow this to happen, what's the next step? That's what you're effectively saying. Like, where does it end? If we're able to just ban a piece of software just because it has the ability to do something, what's next? And I totally agree. We've got to stand up, say enough's enough, and people should have the ability. If you want to be a criminal, you're going to figure out a way to be a criminal. And let's be clear. Could I use Tornado Cash right now? Yes, I absolutely could. Like, I could get on and do it, but I would be right now under the way that they have things set up. I would be doing something criminally. I would be criminally acting, right? But that's what I'm getting at. Criminals are going to continue to be criminals, so they don't care. They're already doing a criminal activity by laundering money, let's say. So now, okay, so now we got a law in place that says you can't use this you can't use this open source protocol to be able to launder your money. Like, dude, I'm already laundering money. I could care less about what your little rule on how I do it is. It's just, it doesn't even make
what's
sense.
one more charge on
Yeah, why not? I mean,
throw it
it's
all
like,
in there.
get out of here. Get out of here. Hopefully everybody's doing well and enjoying the stream today. Make sure to smash the like if you haven't already. We got a lot going on. Crusader and I are building in the background. When this bull run pops off, and y'all, the people that have been here, we're going to be rewarding each and every one of you in some different ways. So we appreciate all of your support. We've got some fun stuff coming up. We got a business meeting later this afternoon with a really cool freaking idea. Obviously, can't talk about that right now, but we got some fun stuff coming up. So make sure you are following Debate Crypto. Follow us on Twitter, getting more active on Twitter, all these other places. We got 2 more things to talk about. Let's kick it off first with talking about the debt ceiling. You've heard us very vocal about the debt ceiling. Let's talk about it. Bitcoin crosses 27K after the new agreement to raise the debt ceiling. After weeks of negotiations, we've come to an agreement in principle. We still have a lot of work to do, but I believe this is an agreement in principle that is worthy of the American people. Receiving positive news after a prolonged stalemate, Bitcoin quickly recovered from 26.7 to 27.1. All right, so this has not actually went into effect yet, but they are going to kick the can down the road. Let me kick this off. So here's the problem with this, okay? I'm going to go bearish on this one. And I'm going to go bearish because at some point we have to feel this pain. So is it going to be bullish short term? Yeah, you're already seeing it. Bitcoin takes a jump, risk on assets, make a move, stock market, okay, great, everything's good. But my question becomes this. At the point that we finally do, we have to feel this pain at some point. And it's like credit card debt, right? You amass a bunch of credit card debt. And then you all of a sudden need to get out of it. So what do if you don't have the liquidity to do so? You get another bankruptcy is a good idea, right? But or you grab another credit card with a lower interest rate and then you transfer it over that. Ultimately, what are you doing? You're amassing more and more and more of a problem. And so when you finally got to face that freaking problem, it's gonna hurt. And who's it gonna hurt? It's not gonna hurt the elites. It's not gonna hurt the banks. It's not gonna hurt these big institutions. It's gonna hurt middle class America. That's why we need to feel this pain. I'm not saying we need to flat out default. It will help us in the short term. It will be bullish for these crypto markets. Nobody can argue that. But we've got to feel this pain at some point. Are you suggesting, Crusader, we're never going to feel this pain? We just kick it exponentially down the road and just continue to live in freaking fairy tale land?
We're never going to feel the pain.
Oh, get out of here. We have to.
You know why?
Okay, why?
It's going to be instantaneous.
Huh?
Poof, lights out. Ain't gonna be no pain, bro.
Debt, we don't have the numbers. They're gone.
Lights out, gone. Right. What they're gonna do is they're gonna keep kicking the can down the road. Eventually, there's gonna be a new world reserve asset of some kind. They're gonna have to be some kind of switch on over to that. There's gonna have to be some kind of forgiveness on their debt, right, by the new overlords. And that's just the way that's why it's gonna be. They're probably going to sell their ownership of the world to the new owner, the new world reserve currency, and that's how they're going to get their debt forgiven. And that's the bright side. The other side is lights out. It's like poof, gone, over. Like you're not even gonna feel the pain from how bad it's gonna be, how quickly it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So I just think that there's no way to come back from it. There's no way to stop it. Now they know that if they default, they know that if they try to open up the pain here for this, it will be catastrophic. And once you start heading down that road, there's no going back.
But again, it's gonna be catastrophic at some point when it happens. Even with you saying lights out, poof. At that point, so when the empire does fall, who's in control? What do we have to say about it? That's what I'm saying. Like you're going to feel this, and it's going to hurt. And so I don't know. It's like feel it now, feel it later. But I feel like adding to it, which is what we're doing, is going to make it even hurt even more when it does happen.
Just keep adding. Just keep adding because it's like you're just putting a Band-Aid on top of a Band-Aid on top of a Band-Aid on top of a Band-Aid.
Bullet wound.
Yeah. Eventually it's going to go down, but that's what people need to prepare for. That's why the greatest transfer of wealth is happening right now, so that you can ditch they're giving you they're almost like heroes right now, right? They're giving you the opportunity by not crushing you right now and saying we're defaulting, it's all over, your money's gonna go to confetti tomorrow, right? They are allowing you to keep kicking the can down the road so that you can keep on making money, so that you can keep on transferring over to the greatest wealth transfer ever in the cryptocurrency game. Obviously, not financial advice. That's the opportunity here. That is why it's bullish, right? They're literally not going to crush you right now, which gives you the opportunity to continuously build your portfolio, continuously move away from the dying currency into the currency of the future. That is the opportunity. That's why.
But you have to make that choice. If you don't, listen,
if you don't,
none of this is financial advice.
Yeah, if you don't, you continue being an NPC. The NPC gets turned off when the game shuts down, right? When the game is over, the little monopoly things that are walking around the board, they get put in the box and they get shut away, right? It's over. Like, you don't want to be that, right? You want to be someone playing the game. So if you're not playing the game, now it's done.
Which is why we have Danger Close Alpha to begin with, right? We want people to be prepared. We know, we're talking about it right now. We know that at some point the empire falls. And when the empire falls, it's going to fall hard. It's going to fall fast. Like Crusader said, maybe it's lights out, whatever the case may be. Do you have a game plan? I have a game plan. Crusader has a game plan. I've got a buddy of mine in town that we've got some ideas of things that we've got set up for where we would go, what we would do, etc. But you better have more than just an idea. You better have some sort of a plan, because when it falls, it's going to fall. I do think that at the end of the day, though, we could figure out a way. I don't have a solution, but I do feel like we could figure out a way to stretch out the pain and start the pain now. I know the pain's already started, but I don't know. I just think piling on here is just going to make it just that much harder when it does hit.
It's too late already. They could have done that maybe 30 years
10 years ago, 20 years ago,
40 years ago even. But now, too late, man.
Make sure to smash that like if you haven't already, fam. The debt ceiling is getting raised. We have got more cans to kick. We're saved temporarily. Make good decisions. Be smart. Be smart out there. All right. So speaking of being smart, we want to touch on this. You guys, any of you that have been paying attention, you have seen a lot more of Crusader and I getting into the meme coin game. Okay. So we want to be really clear with everybody on this. Okay. I don't want people thinking, I specifically have been very vocal over the years about the meme coins, against them. And let me be clear. My position hasn't changed on that. The reason that I was so against the meme coins was because new people coming into crypto, that's their entrance a lot of times, and they get crushed, and it's discouraging, and they don't truly understand that they're getting into the casino as opposed to getting into the world that is changing via blockchain and cryptocurrency. So that hasn't changed. I'm still on board with that 100%. That being said, in the meantime, right now, if you look at the crypto markets, they're slow. Okay, we've got our hodl bags. We're continuing to stack on those and doing our things, but in the short term, there is a massive opportunity here. Now, let me say this. It's a double-edged sword on this opportunity. There's a massive opportunity for you to get crushed like the cockroach that you might be, okay? The other side of that is there's a huge opportunity to make some money. And I will say, so far, Crusader and I have been doing really well with this, okay? But it is high risk. You keep hearing me say it, and I'm saying it because I love you guys. I care about you guys. I do not want people, this is financial advice. I don't want people putting their mortgage money into meme coins because it's going to change their life overnight. Does it happen? Yes, it does. Is it the norm? No, it is not. Everything in life has risk. This has a lot of risk attached. And the money that we are playing with is money that we are prepared to lose, point blank, end stop. So if you're going to play the game, don't hate the player, hate the game, but be prepared for the end result, which could be bad. And so I just want to kind of tell you guys, like, we love you. We care about you. When you see us tweeting about this, when you see us talking about these projects, we're not saying, hey, go all in on this. This is life-changing. No, we're saying, hey, we're in the casino. Just letting you know what we're looking at. And the other part of this, last thing, I'll let Crusader jump on this. The other part of this is the whole game here is getting in early. It's just like anything else in life, right? Like, it's all about who you know. And sometimes we get heads up that, hey, something's, we're going to be able to have the access. I don't lie about this at all. Like, it just is what it is. We get information. Boom. We're able to get in early. What's that?
The hell? Nobody's
I
been
know.
contacting
Well, I
me.
keep that to myself. I don't give it to my business partner. But yeah, and so if you're able to get in early and you have a game plan again, because there is a way that these coins work. There is a way that these work, whether it's a pre-sale, whether it's not a pre-sale, depending on if it was airdrop. Like these markets are absolutely a casino. So just be freaking careful. You know, we like I said, we've been making money, but you've got to be careful out there. Crusader, what are your thoughts on overall what we've been doing with the meme coins?
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's just extreme high risk, right? Like if this was 2017, 2018, I was just first getting into crypto, I wouldn't be touching this, right?
Yeah.
Because it happens so fast. It, it's just like you said,
So fast.
you have to get in extremely early, right? It is impossible, right? There's so many bots and so many people. Like perfect example, right? Well, I'm going to mention one. It was being talked about the banker coin, the one from Cardano, right? It was Cardano meme coin. I was like, oh, it's on Cardano. It's probably not going to go as fast as all the ETH ones, right? Dude, that pre-sale, snap of a finger,
Yeah.
gone. Right?
Yeah.
There was another one that we tried getting into, less than a minute,
Less than a
poof,
minute.
gone. Right? So it's like it's almost impossible to get into. So it kind of forces you to have to buy when it goes live on the actual exchanges, and at that point, the risk is even higher than
Higher.
ever before. Right? So it's already extremely high risk. But if you get in the pre-sale, you at least have some level of comfort that you're gonna possibly maybe walk out breaking even. When you go into these pre-sales, I mean, when you don't get into the pre-sales and you go directly on the exchange, it is extremely, extremely risky that you're not even going to break even, right? And they happen at random times in the night at any
They do
moment.
stealth launches.
Yeah, so like you just never know, right? It's so like I said, if this was 2017, 2018, if I was new into crypto, I wouldn't be making any money on this. I wouldn't be getting involved with it because I would just be losing hand over fist everything I would get into. I would always
Yeah.
be late some way, somehow. And it's just I wouldn't this would prevent you from building a strong portfolio, right? So the fact that we've been able to build strong portfolios over the
Yeah.
last 45 years now puts us at a point where, well, things are slow. We can add extra risk into our portfolio to try to
Yes.
make some extra gains because we already have a foundational portfolio that we can sit on. And if we lose this money, it's okay. We still have our entire portfolio sitting there.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't have that yet. A lot of people are just trying to build their portfolio just right now, and they're still accumulating and amassing right now throughout this bear market what they want for the next bull run. So don't spend your money on when you still don't have that portfolio, that foundation
Yeah.
built on these meme coins. Maybe you play one, maybe you roll the dice and you're like, forget these debate crypto guys, and you roll the dice and boom, you make 20 ETH, 100 ETH,
Yeah.
whatever. Right? You
It
get into the
happens.
next Pepe, maybe. But how likely is that really going to be a reality? Yes,
Yeah.
there's people that made tons of money on Pepe, right? But to duplicate that process again is very unlikely, and the odds of you being that person is also extremely unlikely. And it's just not to say that you can't do it. It's just the reality of the game and the statistics of it. Hi.
Addison wants to say hi. She loves that daddy is playing the meme coins. I'll tell you what. Just because we been making some money, baby? Say yeah. Yeah. She just wants to say hi to everybody. She's finally letting us do her hair. Normally, she would be coming on to talk about they who will not be named, which was
Not anymore.
not anymore. So Addison is actually trying to figure out where are we storing moving forward. Where are we storing moving forward our hardware assets? And I think we're looking at a couple ideas, but Arculus might be one of them. We're kind of feeling out what the different hardware companies are doing, but here's the deal: nothing has changed with that. We still want to be in control of our own assets. You still want to do that. That's still the crypto-centric way. And last thing I want to say on the meme coins is that, if we were here to pump our own bags, we would have a totally different kind of take on this, and it would be more like encouraging people. Yeah, like we don't want to do that, and we want to be real with you as we always are. I think a lot of you on the stream have met me in person. I'm the same dude that's talking to you right now, and I'd say the same thing in person as I'd say on the stream, and Crusaders the same way. We want people to succeed. And, as long as you have all of the facts and you are prepared to take on risk, Okay, you have to decide that for you. Just because we're doing it doesn't mean that everybody else should. It's like anything else, right? There's people that are in the stock market that regularly are doing 25, 50, $100,000, $1 million trades. Like maybe you've amassed that much money, but it doesn't mean that you should just jump into trading and start trading with these large amounts of money. No, you've got to have that risk tolerance there and have a game plan for what you're going to do. So the last thing I will just say is that have a game plan. If you're going to do it, have a game plan. We will try to give you, and I'll tell you, we will try to give you guys some good calls, not to pump our bags, but just to try to like see. We already know we're a small, we don't have enough leverage to be able to pump our own bags, right? But we will try to give you some of the things that we're looking at. And I'll call one out right now just so that you guys know that we're getting into it. It's fine. So Ben, you guys know we're in Ben. Obviously, we're good friends with BitBoy. We're involved in that, and absolutely, when I say involved, we hold it and feel like that's
We're
going
not
to do.
part of the team.
No, we're not part of the team.
We weren't there at the pre-sale.
Yeah, no, I wish. But that's going to be a long-term play for us because of all that we know that's going on there. So that's one. And then the loyal token, which is a part of that whole ecosystem with ETH.ben or Ben.eth and all of that. We've put some money into that, and ultimately we just believe in the ethos of what's happening there. And so I don't know. Just be careful out there. That's really what it comes down to. Understand what your tolerance is. Be careful, be smart. And if you guys want to know, like, hey, what are you guys doing? Just to know what we're doing, we'll happily share it. You'll see us tweet about it, things of that nature. But again, just to be clear, it's never financial advice. These are high risk. We want you guys to succeed, and that's why we tell you.
We're not promoting anything. We're not shilling anything to you guys. We're just letting you know, hey, this is what we're doing. Doesn't mean you need to copy us at all. And if we ever do hit a home run on any of these,
we'll tell you.
The Danger Close Alpha will probably be Danger Close Alpha community will probably be the first ones to get,
that's a fact.
Take the rain on them a little bit. You know what I mean?
Get a little sprinkles. And hey, DCA, just because we don't have our vests on, it ain't over. We've still got all of the same plans. Nothing's changed. The reality is things have been wildly down in the NFT markets. We've kind of taken just a little bit of a pause right now.
Back to be able to build out.
Yeah.
How to move forward with what is happening.
So if you guys have any suggestions, we're always open for suggestions. Nothing's really changed within the roadmap. We still have the long-term goal of the bunker and building things out and the community. And we had a great show. You guys showed up and showed out at the event. Nothing's changed with any of that. We're just trying to let the market do what the market needs to do. So if you guys need anything at all, as always, reach out. The Discord is the best place to do it. You can go to dangerclosealpha.com, get yourself linked over into the Discord. Yeah, it's all there. So pay attention to us on Twitter, share out, retweet all of our stuff. We're trying to grow over there on Twitter. Obviously, we want to grow here, but we love you guys. We appreciate you. You could be anywhere on a Sunday afternoon and you're hanging out with your boys at Debate Crypto. So we appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you guys have a blessed weekend. It's Memorial Day, just as a reminder again. Get an Uber if you're going to be out there drinking. What's that?
No work tomorrow. Let's go.
No work tomorrow for some of us. I very likely will be doing some sort of work. But yes, be safe out there.
On vacation. I got to work on this holiday.
Well, if you take the vacations that I take, you've got to work on all the other days.
Okay? That's what I'm saying. You can't be complaining that you're going to be working tomorrow.
Okay, fair enough. So we love you, fam. Just remember to question everything.
Trust nothing.
And until next time, hodl.
Like it's hot.
We'll see you soon.